Oh, you can't hear him?
Say something, T. I don't know if he's playing and just moving his mouth and not saying nothing, or if he's really saying something.
Right there, he was playing. He was playing.
No, I don't even hear him laughing, bro.
You can't hear me
at all? I can't hear him at all. I got a play button on my screen. Should I press that?
Yeah. See what happens.
All right, T, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Okay.
It's always that damn play button. Anything you do, that play button, you got to push that damn play button.
And it popped up right when T popped up, and I saw you go live, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna mess with it. I'm like, hey, just a blip. All
right, so let's start the show.
Best damn sports show weekly.
Coming to the room on a Sunday afternoon. Nyo Weekly, lower in the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly, lower in the boom.
Make some noise for your host, Nico.
Lower in the boom.
Make some noise for the OG.
Lower in the boom.
950 Cav.
Lower in the boom.
And TJ Jones.
Lower in the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly. Lower in the boom. Step into the room on a Sunday afternoon, and it's Nyo Weekly. Lower in the boom.
Hey, boy. I tell you, some of our guests, boy, they got good timing, boy.
Hey, I just want to know who did the intro.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing.
Right there. My man with a hat on. My man got a hat on. The only man with a hat on. I think. You may know him. Tony P,
is that the one that did it, huh?
He may have to do what you did, though.
That's pretty tight.
Press that play button, bro. If you got one on your screen.
No, press the mute button.
Can you hear us, Tony? Yeah, we can't hear you. We can't hear
him.
Yeah.
Even if you have to go out and come back.
That's what she said.
Here we go. That's his favorite line. So y'all gonna be going at that all day. Oh God.
So for you guys that just saw, that's the man, the myth, the legend that created our intro song. I think one of the best intro songs probably ever. But maybe that's just me being biased. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, bro.
Y'all related?
Simple and to the point. Simple and to the point. That's all you need. You don't need all that extra bombs and all that. Just get straight to the point.
Yes. So yeah, when he come back, I add him. But hold on. Oh, I got a question for you, man.
Oh, wait a minute.
Regarding your one of your Trojans.
What's that?
Hold on. Let's
watch routine, the iconic bun.
Oh, shit.
Always looks 10 out of 10. I know it has to be in place when you're on the court, but walk us through it, the prep, what goes behind the iconic bun that we see on the court every game.
Yeah, the bun takes time. It actually takes up it can take up to an hour. So the process is very, very long and detailed, but it's a key part to my performance.
Hair routine, the iconic.
So my question for you, there you go. I need to know. You see them eyes, boy?
She is done, homeboy. She had a wake and bake. She had a wake and bake session and forgot she had that interview.
Is she done or is she just tired?
No, she done and tired. How about that? Let's put it that way so it sounds better. She done and tired.
Them things was low. Boy, them things was low. Tony,
she was fried. She was fried.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you now. Good.
It's legal, and she's got time off.
Hey,
yeah.
I ain't saying there was nothing wrong. I'm just asking.
All she's missing is the Cheetos. That's all she's missing.
Hey T, See, they probably sitting right there. She was waiting for that interview to be over so she could eat, bro.
Facts.
Yeah, she's done.
She probably had to wipe off the orange dust before she got on.
Man.
Boy, she is fried. She is fried. I ain't mad at her. That's a great wake and bake session she had, boy.
Oh man, hey.
Look, I need to know who her plug is.
Man.
Probably one of OG's. Probably one of OG's cousins. So there you go.
She got
probably they stay down the street. They stay down the street from the college from USC. So I'm not gonna even lie and say I don't know.
Told you.
It's like her basketball game is top tier. Stop playing.
Hey, bro. That's why she balling the way she balls. She got that effort in her system.
Hey, I got a question. Which one of y'all hit me with that's what she said right before I left?
Now,
I heard it. My nigga.
Oh God. Hey, Suave, I'm telling you now, if you don't get control, this segment is gonna go out of control.
We gotta think he was on before though. Tony came on.
But this.
No.
But but this is about to be crazy. I can tell you that right now.
For the draft. See, was you on that time when we did? You was here.
Yeah, I was on.
Right. You too.
Because the Falcons ain't do nothing.
Yeah, well. Speaking of that. I'm glad you segued it. See, that's what you be thinking, Tony. What happened, man? What happened? Y'all. Where are the Falcons going from here?
I think we putting all the eggs in one basket with Michael Penix Jr. I think he's got to be showing them something in practice that they really believe in for them to go ahead and give him the team. And I don't know what they're gonna do as far as Kurt. I think they're gonna try and waive him before they gotta pay him. That'd be their best bet. Other than that, they're gonna make him the face of the franchise, but he ain't gonna play no snaps.
Now, why you say too late, T?
Because his roster bonus just kicked in last week, $10 million.
Oh well, he about to be the most expensive poster boy ever then, because he ain't getting no snaps, but he'll do all the commercials.
Hey,
all right, so to that point, right?
He's made his money.
Right.
So to that point, real quick, I saw something yesterday, and they were showing like the highest, most career earnings in NFL history. Who do y'all think is number one?
Kirk Cousins.
No.
Matt Ryan.
He's number 4, huh?
Matt Ryan.
Are we talking just strictly quarterbacks? We got to be talking.
It's only 5. It's 5, and they all quarterbacks. All
Mahomes.
All Tom Brady and current. Put it that way.
I say Matt Ryan.
No.
Patrick Mahomes.
No, he's not. He's not even top 5. No.
Did you said no to Matt Ryan too?
Yeah, and it's guaranteed money through 2025.
So if Cousins is number 4, right?
Yes.
Dak is on that list.
Dak's got to be up there, right?
Dak is number 6.
Damn.
Matt Ryan, Tony. I take that back. Matt Ryan is number 6. Dak is 7.
Okay.
So we're talking guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
Sean Watson.
No, he's like 13. Most career earnings.
Most career earnings.
Oh, Brett Favre.
Nah, because he wasn't getting paid. Where's Brady?
3.
Okay. So you got Brady.
Number 5 may surprise y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Peyton Manning.
Who?
Manning. Peyton Manning.
No.
Oh, I get wrong shit.
Peyton not even top 10. That's the crazy part.
Oh, yeah, I get wrong.
I said Michael Vick.
No.
What about who was the
Roethlisberger?
He's number 9.
God damn.
Jeez.
So it's not Burrow.
No.
Is Burrow even in the top 10?
15.
And you said
It'll make sense.
2005
It'll
until
make
now?
sense when I tell you, huh?
2005 until now?
2000, I would say 2021 till now. Because Brady's
Drew Brees. Drew Brees
is number 8.
Aaron Rodgers.
I quit.
Aaron
He's
Rodgers.
number 2. He's number 2.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers.
What about Matt Stafford?
He's number 1.
Thank you.
Stafford?
Okay.
I'm done. I got 1 and 2. I'm done. Y'all go ahead and
Well,
take the rest.
He got 391.3 mil that he's made through his
career.
But I think Aaron is gonna pass him, wherever he goes this year.
What about Russ?
Russ is 5.
I was thinking Russ.
What about Jared Goff? Where's he at?
10.
Herbert?
He's 14.
Josh Allen.
Steep.
Oh,
Yeah, Josh Allen.
He just got his pay. He just got his money.
Yeah, he's 12.
What about Tua?
He's not nowhere on this list.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Okay, what's the last 2? I'm done. I gave you 7 through 9. I'm done. Shit.
Hey, I got 1, 2, 4, and 5, so I'm good. I'm good.
I ain't get shit.
So look, this is 11. This is 11 to 15.
Okay.
Manning, Eli, Peyton, Phillip Rivers, Derek Carr, Deshaun Watson. That's 11 to 15.
Damn, Deshaun is 15.
And the top 20 is gonna probably surprise you. 16 is Josh Allen. 17 is Mahomes. 18 is Trent Williams.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The lineman for the Niners.
Yep.
19 is Ryan Tannehill. And number 20 is Von Miller.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Von Miller has made 191.7. Tannehill 195. Damn, Trent Williams made 218.
Oh yeah.
That's a guard. Yeah, I can see that. You had to pay him.
He's a left tackle.
So
you had to pay the tackle.
List, you only got 2 other positions outside of quarterback.
Yeah. Hey, I heard the Water Boys is getting 80K. We might need to squad up and go hang out.
You know what? T would be able to attest to that because he was around them. How much do they make, T? Water Boys and stuff like that.
Yeah, they don't make that much.
They did back then, or they don't now.
Well, the thing is that the Water Boys are usually the athletic trainers, so they still don't make that much. I will tell you this though, the strength coaches, what they're making nowadays compared to what I was making, I was like, y'all robbing. They're making $500,000. Some are making even more than that.
We need to call JG Whitworth.
I'm like, and again, this is just me, but when I was there, we did a little bit of everything. We helped the equipment guys, whatever needs to be done during practice. Because to me, that was fun. Like we would do the 2-minute drill, so I would run the chain gang. That was fun. Mm-hmm. I go to practice and watch some of these strength coaches now. They're standing there with their iPhones, videotaping shit, and then put it on their IG page. Say, oh yeah, I trained this guy. I did this. Like, dude, team is practicing, and you're doing that. Come on,
that's crazy.
All right, T. This is what you need to do. The next job opportunity you get, you have your staff right here. Go ahead and get it, and we'll take care of everything else. I'm telling you, bro.
OG, I would love to, but they drug test, so I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I'm out.
Oh, I get clean Pete. I get clean Pete. As long as they don't do hair samples, we good.
No. They stand there with a microscope watching that shit.
Well, if that's the case, never mind. I quit. Never mind.
All right.
Hey, OG, wait a minute. Speaking of that, did you see that thing with Marshawn?
But what?
Marshawn had it so dialed in with the drug test people that they would watch him from afar. He had somebody else's pee every freaking time. He said,
Yeah.
He had clean pee every time.
So T, how were they able to do that? Because I mean, they just really stand there and watch you do it, right?
It just depends upon the person who's doing it. But someone will stand right there, watch you whip your stuff out, and watch it flow. Some guys will be like off to the side, or some guys will be in the back. So, yeah.
I do have some partners that was in the military, and they had similar testing. They had to go through similar things, and some of those guys were able to develop relationships as to where they were getting heads up prior to test day, so they could go ahead and do what they had to do or get what they needed to get. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. So have y'all been watching these basketball tournaments, these conference tournaments?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie right now.
I hadn't watched nothing yet, but March is the time when I started watching.
Yeah, best time. So I got one question. Watch this video, and I'll ask you my question right after.
2 seconds. 2 seconds. Donaldson. Get it in. Donaldson. 30 seconds. 2 seconds. Donaldson at the buzzer. He wins it. 1 second left. There they go.
So my question is, why didn't Maryland have anybody get in front of the ball handler? They just let him go coast to coast.
And that, you know what? That's a great question. And they know how fast he is.
I'm like, I'm watching it live. I'm like, nobody gonna stop the momentum.
Nobody played defense. Nobody. Yep. No, you're right.
They just stared at him. I'm like, nobody's gonna get in front of the ball handler.
I think from time to time that's like one or two things, right? Either the politics worked out in their favor where everybody got to just Olay defense for that one play, or Vegas put in a call. In my opinion, it's always one of those two.
But man, like, come on, dog. That was so obvious. Like, come on. Like, nobody got in front of him.
Right. And like I said, he was the fastest dude on the court. There is no doubt about that whatsoever. And I'm sure that the coaches put in the defense said, hey, look, this guy's gonna get the ball. You need to stop him. But nobody. I mean, it was like a free lane. He was like in the fast basket.
From a player standpoint, though, at that moment, I can get what they were doing for the simple fact, if I leave my man, he's wide open. He's wide open.
But
and if he's that, I know what you're about to say. If he's that fast, that could have been I mean, you figure, okay, if he's that fast, if he gets by me and someone fills the lane, someone else is wide open.
But
I'm hoping someone meets him at the basket, but I'm not leaving my man open.
But OG,
right.
it was only 4 seconds left. Okay. Only 4 seconds left. Nobody stopped the ball. What is the first thing you learn playing defense when you're playing ball?
Get it. If you stop the ball, but if you stop the ball and you move and someone else is open, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but I don't know, because I couldn't tell from that the way that the video was shot. Yeah. I couldn't. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. I get it. I don't get it. It's one of those I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, but again, you can kind of alleviate, like, to T's point, like, stop him, catch him.
But you can. But like I said, you stop the ball. If you get in front of the ball, someone might be open.
But
what I'm saying is, if I'm stopping him at the half court line,
thank you. Yes,
I'll take my chances.
Right.
Somebody catching and shooting.
Yeah. Okay, but if he's quick, there's no stopping nobody. If he's quick, there's no stopping him.
But OG,
it's Sleepy's defense. It's Sleepy's defense, because I do play him in 2K at least 12 times a week. And when we have those plays like that on the court, when you do stop the ball, you commit to stop the ball, you pass it to the wide open man, hit last minute game, win a shot. If you don't stop the ball, then the guy with the ball is slashing straight through the lane just like that, and it's game over either way.
But
that's all I'm saying.
all you had to do is even if you just get in his way, then that takes off another second on the clock, right? So now you're down to maybe 2 seconds, maybe 1 second. What I'm saying is nobody got in his way. Nobody.
I get it, T. But the ball moves faster than a person. So as soon as you move, if he's a point guard, as soon as you lean towards one way, that ball is out his hands. That's all I'm saying. It's basketball.
I would take my chance of somebody hitting the last second three.
Okay, I mean, and I get that, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that was the reason, but that is part of the reason. If I leave my man, the ball could go to my man, regardless of how much time is on the clock. That's it.
The thing is, though, again, OG, you only had 4 seconds on when he got the ball. I mean, they inbounded the ball to him. No, again, he went from the baseline straight to the basket. Nobody stopped him. Just get in his way.
I don't even think he broke.
Stop now. You saying all of that?
Yeah.
But I do remember a team scoring in 0.9 seconds. So that's what I'm saying. It's not a scientifical, and I get it. Yes, you always stop the ball.
Right.
But if you got shooters, you do not leave a shooter. That's the first thing your coach tell you. Don't leave shooters, no matter how much time is on the clock.
But again, he got the ball at the baseline.
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. We're going to watch it again.
But all I'm saying, is he got the ball at the baseline, at least try to cut him off and force him to go a different direction or throw it to somebody else. But there's no way. Right, but there's no way. And you tell me, there's no way that he goes coast to coast. Yeah,
see, that's what I'm saying. I can't tell from this picture because it keeps stopping.
You have to give him a better angle. You have to find a better angle.
But I hear what you're saying, T. But if he's the quickest guy on the court, how long do you think it's going to take him to get up court?
But again, at least have somebody right there trying to guard him at the baseline. But again, there's nobody there. There's nobody there. That's what I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, and they're thinking just like you. You only have 4 seconds. If you're the fastest guy on the court, you could be at half court within 2. You still got 2-something seconds left to make a decision and get the ball off.
But
that's all I'm saying.
OG, what I'm saying is, okay, so you've got one guy taking the ball out, and you got the point guard getting the ball, okay? So that means you've got other people that can at least be in front of him. There was nobody there. That's what I'm saying. All you do is have somebody there at least to delay it just a little bit, right?
Okay.
But yeah, that goes back to like practice and stuff. Like when you're in practice, they tell you not to give up on the play. Now, would it been 5 seconds left in the game? Some niggas already gave up on the play. That's what it looked like for him to be able to go baseline to baseline and get straight to the basket. They didn't finish the play.
Or Tony, to your point, maybe people were confused. Maybe it was like chaos. They're just like, oh, what do I do? Was
it a timeout before this play, or was it a continuous play?
It was a continuous.
That was
play.
Vegas.
It was continuous.
No, but wasn't it right after? Because I remember, I want to say Maryland had shot a free throw, made it, and then they, called the timeout.
Oh, okay. They called the timeout.
I'm saying I think Michigan called the timeout. Yeah.
Okay, that's all I'm asking. Yeah. Okay. Well, then it's all kind of scenarios that could have took place. Right. I'm not saying what you're saying is right. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right. But I'm saying it's not just stopping the ball coming up the court. It's more to it. And I get what you're saying, but in the same token, the ball travels a whole lot faster than your human can.
No, and I understand that. But again, he's the fastest guy out there. At least have somebody, at least face guard him or something, instead of him just getting the ball and go, right?
I get it. But if he's faster than you and he gets past you, now the numbers are not in your favor anymore.
Actually, it is because and this is what I'm saying. They didn't have anybody blocking the passer. They didn't have nobody on him whatsoever, right? And if you look at it, I think everybody was kind of falling back. Everybody was falling back. So
now, was he at the baseline when he got the ball, or was he moving when he got the ball?
He was. So when he got the ball, he was in motion. Okay. And what I'm saying is, so if you got one guy passing the ball, so you basically got 5 people back. That's all I'm saying. You have 5 people back. Have at least one person, in the backcourt to try to disrupt something. But and again, I think I'm right, but I don't think they even had that. That's all I'm saying. Just make them have a little disruption, right?
Oh, if you look at it, this is the.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, the bottom is pretty much. I'm slowing it down.
Oh, bro, he got a man there. He just outran him. He ran through 2 people.
You're right. You're right.
Oh, then yeah. See, everything you said, T, I get it, but everything you said in that clip,
yeah,
he ran through that. So that's what I'm saying. Speed kills.
What was the score right there?
They were down. Michigan was down by 2.
81-80.
Oh, down by 1. Sorry, they were down by 1.
81-80. Yeah. 5.2, 5.3 seconds left. You ran through 2 people. Yeah, that's not a defensive call. That's just the players didn't get where they were supposed to be. That's why I say speed.
Even if you bump them and you accidentally foul them and send them to the line, it's game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you can't touch it. So when he split them 2, it was a wrap.
It was bad defense.
But speed kills, and they had the right defense. He just ran through them. That's it. Yeah. He saw the hole and he hit it. That's what she said.
Their boys.
But again, they had 2 people back. Right. This is just me. I would have somebody try to disrupt the passer. That would be just me, right?
But and I get what you're saying. But at the same token, if the pass get past the guy that you guarding the inbound with, it's a wrap. You saw what he did to 2 people. What do you think he's gonna do to 1?
But again, if you have somebody trying to disrupt the pass,
But that doesn't work, T. That doesn't work.
Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But at least try. Yeah. That's just me.
Yeah. Did you see the end of the Michigan-Maryland game?
Yeah.
What was your take on that? What did Michigan do right or Maryland do wrong in that last final?
Well, obviously Michigan did. Well, obviously Michigan did something right. They won the game. I just think that obviously we're in this time of the year, right? This is the highest stage of college basketball, and all the pressure's on. Obviously, Maryland didn't defend it right. Same thing happened in North Carolina game. Kid steps into the lane.
Oh.
I mean, it happens in March, man. We're talking about, and I know, they get money now and all that, but they're still 20, 21-year-old kids, and it happens. Bonehead plays, just bonehead decisions. It happens, and we'll see a lot more starting next week.
Yeah.
You know what? And we all know it happens in the pros too, where people make mistakes, right?
Yeah. But you can't teach. You can't guard speed. You can't. You can't. There's nothing you can. You can't guard speed.
Yeah, you can. Just stick your foot out.
Oh damn!
Got him.
All right, Wiley Coyote.
I know here in New York they're going crazy for St. John's, man. I know that's they bigger than the Knicks right now.
Really?
Hey, Rick Pitino got them boys going.
And people, St. John's for many years has been kind of downtrodden over almost 20, 25 years. But when you think about all the money they got the guys from Body Armor, the billionaire, money's no object.
Yep.
In New York City, gonna play most of the games at the Garden. It's about ready to be a bonanza out here when it comes to money. Not to mention all the money you can make off the floor if you're a superstar in this market and people acknowledging your superstardom. Like that kid RJ Luis, he's got a chance to go to the league. He can come back. He's probably gonna come back because he probably make almost $6 million off the floor with playing for St. John's.
People, and everybody's wondering, how does Rick Pitino's coaching staff wear all those expensive Italian suits? Well,
they probably don't even have to pay for it. They probably got a deal.
Exactly.
Listen, Patino, we know Patino has issues, and well documented issues, and he could be a creep, right? Maybe he is a creep in real life, but the man can coach basketball, and nobody can defend that. And the reason why St. John's took him a couple years ago, because nobody was even thinking about that job. Like, big guy that have a party, but now, you're back in the limelight. I hear Indiana wanting to come there, and North Carolina's probably gonna fire Hubert Davis. But I think that's happening. T. They're not getting in.
I don't. Actually, you know what? They said they're the last team in. But the thing is that you have to look at what Hubert Davis has done since he's been there. So I mean, if they take it off of 1 year, and they won 22 games this year. They won 22 games.
But T, it's not like when we grew up, the 20-win mark was the threshold mark. They didn't make the tournament last year. They went to the finals 2 years ago. Right. But that's North Carolina. That's the holy grail. You can't. You got all the amenities. You are a blue blood. You're not supposed to have like marginal seasons. You're North Carolina. A home of Dean, a home of MJ. You wear the jump man on your jersey. They don't give you that luxury over there. Even you are alumni. We gotta win this.
But you have to remember too, Kev. Nowadays, it's a lot of the one and dones, and we know that's the problem in college basketball. They're not getting the players that they used to get because of the one and dones and because of the NIL. But now they're stepping up because they just hired a new GM to run their basketball team. They
had no choice.
They were one of the last blue bloods to do that. So I think Hubert's got he's got another year.
Well, if he does, he's on a short lease if he comes back next year. Because I don't know if they make it, just barely making it in. They might make it off a name, but they're on the fence for sure.
Put it this way: if they don't get to the Elite Eight, it's a wrap.
I still don't think so. I think he's got and it doesn't matter if he played there or not. I just think the way that the coaching job that he's done with the little that he's had.
Yeah.
People have to look at that.
Well, okay.
What's the coaching job?
What's the coaching job? What did he do? What has he done?
Well, again, they went to the finals 2 years ago, Kev. I mean,
right.
Since
how long has he been there?
Hang on. Since he's been there, last year was the only time they didn't make the tournament. That's the only time they didn't make the tournament. So again, I mean, and again, we know the pressures of the coaching, and if they look at that to say, well, you know what, you missed the last year, we're gonna let you go.
But the pressures of college sports, right? It's like owning a restaurant in a populated neighborhood, and y'all serve porterhouses. Like another person beating you down the corner is serving burgers, and they're beating you. And the team down the road got the same issues they got. Duke is bringing in, the top of the top. North Carolina doesn't have that luxury. Kansas doesn't have that luxury. UCLA for a long time, maybe now because the wooden shine is off, they didn't have that luxury. A lot of schools, because of just who they are, and even within this new NIL world, you have unlimited resources. Hubert Davis can contact Jordan, Pat Riley, Mitch Kupchak, a litany of
not Pat Riley.
Well, Pat played for him though. He's not in the SEC. He's not competing against Kentucky in that conference. Maybe for recruits.
Pat played at Kentucky. There is no way.
Well, that's true. Even though Hubert played for him with the Knicks. But yeah, I mean, in Kentucky, these are blue bloods. So when you think about we understand the game has gotten tougher, and it's not about the tradition anymore. It's about the money, and these kids are probably there 1 year. But again, these NILs, which is the new word for booster, they don't want to hear it.
Well, that's the thing, is that North Carolina was not dishing out the NIL like some of these other schools were. So if they want to blame somebody,
blame themselves.
Right, exactly.
Okay, you said he's been to the tournament. How far did you get in the tournament? 1 year you went to the Final Four, that's it?
So
he went to the finals 2 years ago. Yeah.
Finals 2 years ago.
No. How many times in 4 years you've been to the final once? You've been to the Final Four twice?
Okay.
No, the tournament twice.
Yeah, Elite 8. Before that, went to the finals. Last year they didn't make it. This year it's kind of up in the air. They're talking about they'll probably get in.
So they've been to the Final Four twice in this 4 years. Is that what you're telling me?
No,
once.
Final Four once, Elite 8.
The finals, yeah. So, but I mean, but still,
Sorry.
I mean, he's done. To me, he's done a good job, and I'm a Carolina fan, but he's done a good job. And I will say this: that if they fire him, you're going to see a mass exit of players. They're going to be like, "Fuck this."
I don't know, because your job. No. I get what you're saying, but your job as the head coach of North Carolina, is not to just get to the tournament.
Okay. So to that point, does Bill Self get fired? Because look.
Well, I'm not. But see, I'm not going to convolute the conversation. I'm talking about North Carolina.
But again,
I can't. No. Wait.
No.
I'm saying, wait. 1 second. 1 second. All I'm saying is he's been there 4 years.
Yeah.
You made one trip to the Final Four. You didn't make it the next year. This is North Carolina we're talking about. That's all I'm saying. It's different.
And we're talking. And so again, and if we're going to do that, then we got to look at Kansas. Bill Self's been there for how long? They ain't done nothing in the last 3 years. Hang on,
that's Kansas.
Let me finish, OG, because I let you finish. They hadn't done nothing in 3 years. Okay, so they're not going to look at him, And again, the players that are there in North Carolina, they're only there because of Hubert Davis. If he leaves, you're going to see Cadeau go. You're going to see Trimble go. You're going to see they've had 2 great freshmen. They're going to see them go. Because they're only
That's true, and you're both right. A lot of times y'all both right. 2 things can be right. Kansas has the same issue. Bill Self is starting to take heat now too, because he's not even in the top 5 in the Big 12. Right. So he's starting to take heat too. So he's on that blue blood line too. Mark Pope's had a pretty good year, but the SEC has finally cared about basketball, and they're throwing on them billions of dollars in the basketball. Now them teams are great because of all that money. So again, there's certain programs in college sports, and maybe it's changing because of the NIL, but there's certain, when you say Kansas, Kentucky, North Carolina, Duke, they just sound bigger than everybody else. And again, the realities, you're right, T, the realities is that they didn't really come to the dance with the money. But as OG said, the fan base don't want to hear it either. So it's both, you're both correct. It's both, 2 things can be true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying I can't compare different schools in different situations. I was just talking about one school. That's it. Right. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, and that's fine. But sometimes you have to, because and again, we know that different schools look at different things. But then when people start and I'm talking about the media, when people start saying, "Oh, Hubert Davis should do this, do this," but do they look at the other people that have been at these other schools who are not doing as well and they're keeping their jobs? Again, they have to, in my opinion, and we know this, they have to be fair across the board. But it doesn't happen that way, right?
But
they got to get into the tournament. They got to get it. If they don't get in today, it could be a problem, because you can't go back-to-back years not getting to the tournament at Carolina. So that's what I'm saying. Right. Joe Lunardi got him out. Jerry Plum, who does CBS, has him in. It depends who you like, but we'll find out in a couple hours.
Wait, so did Lunardi change? Because yesterday he had him in. He had the last in. Did he change already?
He had him change. He has him as the second. Boise State lost. He has him as the second out. Right, as of to now. But Jerry Plum has him as the last one in, I think. He does CBS stuff. So it depends who you like, who you watch, CNN or Fox, right? But again, they're on the bubble, to say the least. They're on the bubble.
There's no doubt.
All right. So from Cavs' former quarterback to possibly Terrell's new quarterback.
I don't know.
In what spot?
I don't. Vikings.
Them the second favorite team in the NFC behind the Eagles to go to the Super Bowl. That's how good the Vikings would be with Aaron Rodgers. They would have beaten Detroit last year in Week 18 and gotten the 1 seed if Aaron Rodgers was their quarterback.
I think they're a Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers. You look at this offense. One, they addressed the offensive line in this offseason in free agency. They're better up front. They know how to run the ball. Kevin O'Connell operates the offense that Matt LaFleur operated, where they won 13 games a year with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers' second half of the season started moving better. He's throwing the ball exceptionally well. I think they're a contender. If they can go to the playoffs with Sam Darnold, why couldn't they be a contender with Addison, with Jefferson, with Hawkinson? They've got all the sins. They've cornered the market on sins. They've got them all right there, and they could win a championship.
So before we even get started, I just got one question: Is y'all the rookie y'all drafted? Is he not ready or what?
See, that's the thing. That's why I don't know if Aaron Rodgers would go there, because right now they've got JJ slated as the starter, and that's why they didn't offer Sam Darnold a big contract. They offered him a 1-year deal for $25 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard they offered him something, but
yeah, it was a 1-year deal for $25 million. So,
but he's ready to go.
That's what they're saying. But they need a veteran quarterback in there. So I don't know.
Y'all lost him and Daniel Jones to the Colts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, they got a new owner there. He loves shiny things, and I think this can divide a team. Minnesota got new ownership from a year ago.
No, same ownership. It's still the Wilk family.
Oh, they didn't sell yet? Aren't they supposed to be moving from them? Ziggy and that and the family? Okay. Well, in any event, if you bring in Aaron Rodgers.
Kev, they're making too much money to sell.
That's true. There ain't nobody trying to give up. You got to be forced out some jobs.
Yeah.
But if they bring Aaron Rodgers, that is not a tutor. You bring in Aaron Rodgers because you want to win. He also wants a $100 million deal. I don't know if y'all saw that about Aaron too.
I don't think that's going to happen.
What?
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
So in other words, he wants a 2-year deal.
Hell no.
Yeah. And you know what?
I pay.
Kev, you just went mute. Kev. Somebody probably.
And we lost you.
Yep. That New York.
So what Kev is saying is true.
Man.
You trying to bring in a quarterback that you know is not going to want to be a backup?
See, that's the thing, because you got this rookie breathing down your neck. And
but at what point did you play your rookie, or did you just say, okay, that's
Kev, try to say something.
No, I'm back.
Okay. All right.
But that's what I'm saying is that they right now they think that JJ is going to be the starter. That's what I'm hearing. So
couldn't you find another veteran to be a backup though?
Well, I was getting to that point. That's what they need to do. They need to find another backup, which they will. It could be a Carson Wentz. It could be somebody like that. But if you bring in an Aaron Rodgers, that means JJ McCarthy is going to sit for the whole year, because Aaron's not going to take that shit.
But I mean, would it be a bad thing for JJ to sit? Because I mean, what is the injury he's coming off?
It's a torn meniscus and a couple other things in his knee. But but they say he's ready to go. But I agree with you. That's why I thought they were going to re-sign Sam Darnold, re-sign Daniel Jones, because
especially after the year he had.
Yeah, because I think that maybe he does need to sit maybe one more year. I don't know.
Yeah.
Go
ahead.
What position did y'all pick him with? First round, what? Was first or second?
The number 10
first round pick.
Number 10 pick overall.
And you want him to sit another 2 years? You want him to sit another year?
Why not? I mean, if he's not ready, he's not ready.
And I mean, he's coming off a knee though.
Okay, so listen. I'm listening to what you're saying. He's coming off a knee, but somebody wants $100 million to be a quarterback, and he's not going to be a backup.
I mean, I wouldn't sign him either.
Yeah.
Not for that.
Didn't y'all move up to get McCarthy? Didn't you have to move up to get him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got him and Dallas Turner.
So you gave away equity.
Yep.
And you brought a young guy in.
Yep.
On the flip side, if you have him sit another year, now you're going to have year 3. So you're going to have a year to have to decide if you want to pay him the big bucks.
He's really that year 3 would be a prove it year.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just saying. So you're going to. Right. So then you're going to put him out there, and then you're going to say, hey, if he has a marginal year, we got to make a business decision on whether it's just because he played 1 year. I don't know. I mean, listen, I think Aaron Rodgers is like that Instagram model, right? She look hot in the pictures, and you like, yo, man, I would love to smash. But when you get around her and she take that makeup off and her bad attitude, you like, what did I get myself into? He's an Instagram model because at 41 years old, I'm not worried. I'm going with the young kid. They were going to go with him last year before he got hurt. Why not go with him now?
I got a question. I got a question for that.
No,
he would have played. He would have played last. He might have started the season. He would have played the season. You don't think so?
So let me ask this before we answer that. Somebody got to believe he got something in the tank because you got Minnesota and possibly Pittsburgh that's willing to sign him. My thing is, why are they banking on now for somebody you just not too certain about?
What?
The name.
Wait, are you talking about JJ? Or are you talking about
brings
Aaron?
a lot of drama too.
He's talking about Aaron. I'm sorry.
Aaron. It's the name. It's nothing else. It's not what he's done on the field lately because it can't be that.
After a while, your name, you ain't did nothing.
But bro, I get it. But your name, that's what they because you can't base it on what he did in the field the last 2 years. You can't do that.
All right, what about before he left Green Bay?
But wait a minute.
Then you're going off his name, correct? You're going off his name, correct?
No, I said the year he left. The year he left, they lost the last home game to get into the playoffs. So technically, he ain't did nothing in almost a presidency term.
Wait, Kev, what was Aaron Rodgers' stats last year?
They were decent. I don't know the exact numbers, but they were decent. He played well toward the end of the season. So the people are saying, well, you know what? He came back off the Achilles. By the time he got in rhythm, he didn't look that bad. And I'm not saying that he can't compete. All I'm saying is, from a Minnesota standpoint, I moved up to get a guy. Now, again, if you feel like if McCarthy's not ready, then I understand. But again, if that's the case, you probably do want to keep Sam Darnold there. If you don't believe in Sam, you want to bring in Aaron Rodgers, go right ahead. But you are, in my opinion, going to stunt the growth of your young quarterback. That's just my opinion.
But we have to remember, what happened to Aaron Rodgers when he got drafted? What happened to Jordan Love when he got drafted?
There's different caps, though, Terrell.
But again, they sat for 2 to 3 years. They came out okay, right?
But it was a different cap. It was a different era. You don't have that. Your other team, look what they had to do now that they got to pay the quarterback. You know, so you got to pay the quarterback. So now I got to trim the fat. So Minnesota's saying to themselves, okay, maybe they feel they got a window right now, and A-Rod's the answer. But in that case, I don't know what you do long term. I guess maybe you don't care what happens long term. I mean, maybe I'm answering my own question. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they feel they got a window to win now, and they want to win now. Go right ahead. But Aaron also brings a lot of noise. So people care.
Right, but you have to remember too that with Kevin O'Connell and that coaching staff, they know how to handle people like an Aaron Rodgers. They know how to handle that. But you know what I'm saying? Here's the knock on JJ McCarthy. And again, I was surprised when they drafted him that high. JJ McCarthy did not throw the ball that much in college.
Right.
That's a good thing, though.
Say it again.
Could that also be a good thing because you don't really know?
Not really, in my opinion. Not really.
Hypothetically.
Yeah. But see, and this is just my opinion. I don't think so because now, guess what? You don't see how much he can really deal with the pressure when you need to throw the ball. Okay. And now that he's moved up into the pros, he still has not been out there against the number ones.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie.
We don't know yet, right? Go ahead, Kev.
he's a rookie in all intents and purposes. But also, the one thing I did like about McCarthy is that in the big game, Michigan played a lot of big games, and he was the quarterback. And in those big games, he came through in the clutch. He made plays, and he won a chip.
Yeah, I'll say that.
So that part I do like. Again, and on the flip side, if McCarthy was not coming out this year, he'd be the number one pick. Without question, he'd be number one pick in the draft. So, in my opinion, you look at it from a 2025 window. I got the number one pick. He sat in the room all year with McCarthy. I mean, with McConnell, excuse me. Got that mindset. Learned the mental part. I think he'll be fine. Now, again, if I'm a team and I go, you know what? We got a window here. I got a $35 million receiver. I got to win now. All right, go get him. But you also got to realize that it's going to hurt you in the future. But again, it's about winning now, and I respect that. I just think that long term, if I'm in the same organization, I don't make those maneuvers to move up to get a guy, and because he gets hurt, say, well, you know what? Aaron Rodgers is there. Let's go get him. I think what Rodgers gave you last year wasn't like off the chart numbers. So I think I think McCarthy can give you that, but he's unknown because he's pretty much a rookie. So I see it both sides of the fence. I just think that that's not the guy. If you're talking about long term, it's probably not the guy you go with because it's only going to be a year or two max, maybe, and it can't be 2 years because if it's 2 years, you might as well trade McCarthy.
Yeah, but but look at this. So Minnesota's done a great job on the offseason, beefing up their offensive line. They picked up Jordan Mason yesterday, which is a great pickup for them as a backup running back because he did great with the Niners, right?
Wow.
And you've got three of the weapons. You got Hawkinson, you've got Jefferson, and you got Addison, right?
Yeah.
And if you feel that
Aaron Jones, and you still got Aaron Jones.
Yeah, but if you feel that McCarthy's not ready, if you throw an Aaron Rodgers in there with that offensive line and those weapons.
It could be deadly. It could be deadly. No question about it.
But aren't they also kind of building a team around JJ? Because that's what he had in Michigan. Running backs. He play action. So if you got two running backs, you got your receivers and your tight end, and you got an offensive line, don't that kind of fall into your rookie standpoint?
I think it's
what your rookie needs?
I think it's different too because like at Michigan, you could run the ball the third and fourth quarter and win the game. You can't do that in the
You don't. I mean, but I get it. But you don't know what you have because he hasn't been on the field. So you don't know. I'm saying the way that T just described them, how they built the team, that's a run first team.
But here's the thing. The problem
be with Jordan Mason. They might be.
Well, the problem with the Vikings last year, part of it was their offensive line, just a little bit. Okay. Their tackles were okay. It was like the interior linemen
they just got fried.
Okay.
So that was part of the problem. So they upgraded that. Okay. Aaron Jones had a good year last year, but we know the main targets are those damn wide receivers, right? So again, you know what? And this is just me. I don't know if JJ's ready. I don't know because we haven't seen enough of him. We saw him like in one preseason game, and he did okay, but then he got hurt. So we don't know. Only the people inside the building will know what happens. So, but do I? If I'm the GM, do I put all my eggs in one basket and go after Aaron Rodgers? I don't know if I do that. I don't know if I spend the money on that. That's just me.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if what Kevin is saying is true, that this dude is looking for $100 million, you're not giving $100 million over 1 year. It has to be at least 2 years.
He's not taking no vet minimum.
No, it's a 2 year. It's a 2 year deal worth $100 million. That's what he's not.
Okay, I mean that's what he had with the Jets, right? Because y'all gave him $50 a year for 3. Well, 2 guaranteed.
25. Yeah, it was about 50. Yeah. Yep.
So he's not going to go down. So if that's the case, even if that's the price tag, is that price tag worth it? To even think about it. To even think about it when you just get another veteran, just to back up what you already have.
Right. Yeah. Again, we don't know what it's going. If Aaron Rodgers is chasing a ring, and he's like, well, I got between Minnesota and Pittsburgh. In my opinion, and I'm not being biased here, the best bet is probably Minnesota if he's chasing a ring. So, they've got better weapons than Minnesota than Pittsburgh does. Pittsburgh probably has a better defense, but offensive weapons, I don't know. So we'll see.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, it's just that's a lot of money to be playing around with. That's all. I mean, it's not my team. I could care less. No offense. But when you say GM and when you say $100 million for 2 years for you be 43, 44-year-old quarterback, that's something that I can't do. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. That's a lot of money to be tied up to somebody that can come out first play of the game, play 4 plays, and he's done.
Unless it's Brady at 41, right?
So to the point we made, then why would you sign him?
Because again, if they feel
no,
that JJ's
I'm asking. Oh, we was talking about his credentials and all. He ain't did nothing.
Okay. To be fair to Aaron Rodgers, okay, that 1 year he tore his Achilles, right? And
I give you that one, yeah. I give you these 2.
Okay, let me finish. So you take that year away. Yeah, he tore his Achilles, but when he came back last year. After coming back, that last half, he did a good job on a bad team.
What's a good job? What's a good job, T?
So I think did he throw for like 20 touchdown passes and
28 and 11.
There you go. On a bad team, a team that didn't have
So now you want him to go to another team based off of 28 and 11 for $100 million
for 2 years.
Once again, he's 41.
I don't know.
I'll pay him. I would pay him.
I don't know.
You would?
But I would.
You come to the
I'm not.
Because my thing is, okay, we talk. This is Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying? Whether he come in there and does a good job or a bad job, we talk about one of the highest IQs in professional football. So even if I gotta shit $100 million for the next 2 years to get him in here, to get my O-line right, teach them how to protect a veteran quarterback. You got Aaron Jones already there. That's somebody I'm already used to throwing to. I mean, we might have a winning season and develop our rookie at the same time with that 2-year deal.
Okay. Now, go ahead, T. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and Tony, to your point, he threw 28 and 11. The Jets didn't have as many weapons as the Vikings do.
Right.
So I don't know. If that's just a good question. I'm not sure.
And to me, at the end of the day, it's still Aaron Rodgers, bro. It's Aaron Rodgers. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Now, from a team standpoint, I got a rookie that I gave up capital to get. It's going on this like Kev said, it's going on the second year. You sign Aaron Rodgers for 2. By the time that Rodgers contract is up, you got to pay somebody that you don't even know what you got, or you got to let that go and just start all over.
That's why I said
see what I'm saying?
Year 3 for McCarthy would be like a sink or swim kind of thing.
But
so at that point, you paid $100 million for 2 years. You got a rookie, and them 2 years to be his 4th. Correct?
Yeah.
So that means you have 1 more year, an option year, or you can keep franchise tagging. Why would you do all that? That's a lot of money going out the door.
We saying that, hopefully, with the unknowing that he may not get hurt again.
But here's the thing. Even if you sign him for a 2-year deal, that doesn't mean you have to keep him for 2 years.
Right.
You can actually release him after 1 year.
But dead cap money.
But here's the thing. It doesn't have to be a guaranteed contract. That's the thing. You go in there and saying, hey, we can sign you for a 2-year deal for $100 million. 50 of it, 60 of it's guaranteed. The rest is not guaranteed. You can release them after 1 year.
They do it all the time.
So $60 million for 1 year and you still don't know what you got in quarterback. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but you still don't know what you got in this rookie.
You don't.
Like you even said it. He only played in the preseason. He hasn't played against ones. So when does he get that opportunity?
So again,
2 years from now.
Well, the thing is that you look at you look at what he does in practice against your ones. You look at that, and if you're saying like, okay, he's not performing well against our ones, what's he going to do against the other ones? Or if he's tearing our ones up, then he's ready. That's the thing, and that's what got Sam Darnold that contract. That's what he got him that 1 year contract with the Vikings, is because they saw on film what he did, and then
wasn't he in San Fran though?
Yeah. Okay, let me finish.
Okay.
And then they reached out to him. They reached out to Kyle and said, "What did you see on Sam during practice?" And they gave them the play-by-play because they knew Sam wasn't coming back. He was on a 1 year deal. That's what got Sam that contract. That's what O'Connell says. Oh, okay. Well, he did this, this, and this, and we saw this. That's why they signed him. And then you saw what he did, in Minnesota last year. So again, if McCarthy's not doing well against the ones against his own ones.
But if you had he didn't do nothing last year. You didn't see him practice against none of the ones.
Yeah, he did. So he went through all training camp. Then he played, I think, one preseason, maybe two, got hurt. And then he sat out the rest of the year. So again.
I'm trying to get this together because this is not computing.
OG,
it's not computing.
OG, just to save your brain power, we don't know. That's the thing. We just don't know. We're kind of guessing here because we don't know.
No. I get that, but what I'm saying is, you have a quarterback you gave up capital to get.
Yep.
He hasn't shown you nothing in 2 years, right?
1 year.
He's been hurt off and on. Okay.
1 year.
1 year. Going in the second year, you're talking about bringing someone else in, so you still don't know what you got in him.
Yeah, but the thing is though is that here's the thing is that nobody in Minnesota is really saying that we're going after they're going after Aaron Rodgers. What they're doing is all they're doing is they're just doing their homework. They're just doing their due diligence. It's the media more than anything else that's saying Aaron Rodgers would be a good fit in Minnesota. Minnesota's being smart by not saying a damn thing.
Same thing with Pittsburgh. Same thing with Pittsburgh too. They're not confirming or denying. They just
right.
I get it. I'm going from the logic of even trying to put that out there. That's it. I'm going by what you're saying, so I'm not worried about if it's true. I'm not worried about if it's not. I'm just going by, does Rodgers still have anything left? I don't know.
I think he does.
I don't think so. To go to Minnesota, I wouldn't do it.
No, mind me interject. I know I'm a little bit late.
Welcome, Coach, bro.
That's right. That's right. You're
what's up?
That's right. You're on CP time as well, so you're good. You're good.
I mean, I think it's always the lure of just the Aaron Rodgers name, period, point blank, right? Aaron Rodgers is going to get something because he is Aaron Rodgers, period, right? And also, it's always, you wonder why the media is stirring this up. It's the Brett Favre effect, right?
He definitely following in his footsteps.
Brett went from, Green Bay to New York, Minnesota. I don't know if you've noticed this, but they've been flashing that image up quite frequently.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're trying to purposely stir it up just so it can happen.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And purposely, as an organization, we're not interested in the story. Even if we are, end of story. But I mean, I get it. I get the whole kit and caboodle. But at the end of the day, you still got a rookie that we don't know his temperament. This can set him up. You see what I'm saying? I'm thinking from a team standpoint, all this can throw everything out of whack just because you listen to the media and letting the media dictate this narrative.
But see, that's the thing. That's the thing about good organizations. They're not even listening to the media. They're just like, we don't give a damn what people are saying. We don't care what the media is saying. What they're doing is they're just doing their due diligence. they're really having these conversations saying, do we think that JJ's ready with all the weapons that we have? If he's not ready, then we have options. And to Coach's point, when they brought in Brett Favre, you see what Brett Favre did with the Vikings? He had 2 really good years. If it wasn't for a damn cheating call by the referees, they would have gone to the Super Bowls. They beat New Orleans.
Yep.
But
100%.
because of Katrina, the NFL says, no, we're good.
No, we're going to go ahead and put this feel-good story in.
Thank you.
Oh, my God.
We're going to put this feel-good story in.
Coach, come over to the Vikings bandwagon. We got
a Raven anyway.
I can go get my Baltimore stuff. I'm a Baltimore Raven guy.
All right, so to that point.
Wait. How are you? You grew up in Chicago. How are you a Baltimore Ravens guy?
Hey, I'm about to upset a lot of people. I don't really like none of the Chicago teams. Bulls included.
Wow.
Yeah, you know what's crazy too?
Huh.
He also a Michigan fan. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Okay.
Something wrong with him.
So
all right, wait. No, y'all said enough. Stop. I got this one, T. I got this one, T.
OG, real quick. My sister is a Packers fan.
Oh, that sucks.
Okay, Wait.
Hang on. And every time I say, you're adopted. There is no way, because the rest of us, we're Vikings fans. So you're adopted. She goes, I like winners. She goes, how many Super Bowls have Vikings win? I was like, okay, you got me. So yeah.
How did that happen? How did that happen?
How did what happen?
He grew up in the 90s. I grew up in the 2000s.
Right. So I mean, obviously backstory, man. Growing up, you got people on TV. You got Notre Dame. They were terrible.
Yeah.
You had Northwestern. Nobody really was a Northwestern fan back then, right?
Yeah.
Illinois. Illinois didn't start getting good until, shout out my dog, Terrence Jameson. He's over there right now, and Coach Bielema. They didn't start getting back good until the Zook era, right? And then they fell off again and all that. So you had Notre Dame, Northwestern, Illinois, and you had Michigan that was on TV. So you start thinking about that from that perspective. Who you cheer for?
The process of elimination, once you said it, was easy for me. Let's go, Big Blue.
So basically what you're telling us, that after you watch Schoolhouse Rock, Michigan would come on, so you're just cheering for Michigan.
Hey.
After you learned what a bill was, right? Okay, there we go. All right, we're good.
It's Schoolhouse Rock. Oh my God.
I'm just a bill on Capitol.
Conjunction Junction was show function. I'm sorry, Swab. You don't know what we talking about. Swab just smiling, looking like I have no idea.
I've seen the short. I've seen the YouTube short. That's it.
Hey, Hey, OG, didn't that pop up after Juju did her interview?
What's that?
Didn't that pop up after Juju did her interview? They're actually
Juju had that look like she was ready for a bowl of cereal and some cartoons, boy.
In a nap.
In a nap.
She was real good. But yeah, that's what it was. He grew up in
the 90s.
Okay.
It makes all right. That makes sense.
I grew up in the 2000s when Ohio State was, well, we still are hot. So. But yeah, man, we got Erica in the chat. Erica said,
y'all watch the game together? I'm just curious. Y'all watch the Michigan and Ohio State game in the same place?
That's a great question.
In Minnesota. He lived in Minnesota.
Not anymore.
He's in Missouri.
I'm in Missouri.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's right. That's right.
You know what though? there's a lot of smack talk going on in the group chat. A lot of it.
Yeah.
Because not only am I the Michigan fan, our oldest brother is also
something wrong with both
Michigan.
of them. Something wrong with both of them. Yeah.
Wait. You the youngest, Suave?
Yeah, he the youngest.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you didn't know, OG, you didn't know that? That explains a lot of things, right? Right?
A lot of things like what?
Oh, cuddle me. Oh.
Cuddle me. Come on, man.
Wait a minute. Both your older brothers are Michigan and you are Ohio State?
Yeah.
He just wanted to be different. That's all.
No, I just wanted to be a winner.
He didn't want to follow
a winner.
suit.
A winner. OH. Come on now. IO. Come on.
Hey.
But you know the funny thing is that none of them in that family cheer for their home state teams.
No, I oh, you talking about Illinois? No, we don't.
But hey, T, when he was running down the list, he was like, Illinois, Northwestern, nobody with Northwestern fans. I was like this. Well, damn, you do got a point. Okay.
I'll tell you what, back when they, and Nico, you don't know nothing about this, but back when they had Donnell Autry and Adrian Autry and all that stuff back then, yeah, I rock with Northwestern a little bit, but it was still like, it is.
Hometown, I'll give him a woohoo.
Yeah.
Even Illinois had that one. Illinois had that one good year. Illinois had that one good year when we played. Who we played? They played USC in the Rose Bowl when we had Juice Williams and.
That was
probably the best year
during the Zook era.
In a long time.
But here's the question: are you Illini basketball fans?
All right, I'm gonna put this to you. I think you first. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're the guest.
I'm about to piss people off again. So you remember when D Brown, Shannon Brown, all them guys? It was in undefeated season. It was in national championship. Who did they play?
Oh God, we can agree on that one.
We talked about it beforehand. Who did they play?
We can agree on that one.
Believe it was North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's true.
Michigan for football, North Carolina for basketball.
Well,
Duke.
Oh Jesus! Oh my God!
Swab, I'm out. Coach, I liked you until you said that. I liked you until you said Duke.
Hey, I once I was in high school at the same time. Well, I'm a little older than John Shire, right? I once watched John Shire drop a 30 bomb on Thornwood. Meanwhile, Thornwood only scored 32. So,
oh shit!
I'm a big you heard me.
Wow.
Dang.
Thornwood had 32. John Shire had 30. So
I missed my wake and bake this morning. Do that again.
Thornwood
you said
had 32
as a team.
Shire had 30. After I watched that, I was like, "Oh, he the truth. You can't. This the code. This the code."
Swab. He got that look on his face like what?
Yeah, Swab. Did Ty Street go to Thornwood?
No. Thornton.
Oh, Thornton. My bad.
He used to coach him. He used to coach. He used to coach Ty when he was in San Fran. Terrell.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, easy. He went to Thornton.
Okay. Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
The best out of all the Thorns, Thornton.
Okay, got you. See, y'all got too many thorns there. Like, come on.
Just get rid of all of them. Get rid of all of them and keep Thornton. We good.
There you go. Okay, so Swab, wait a minute. So your brother likes Duke in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all done a DNA test? Because this is not computing to me whatsoever. Like, come on.
I told you he just want to be different. He just want to be different.
No, not really. The only team I root for outside of the state of Illinois is Ohio State and North Carolina because Jordan went there. Come on, it all circles back to Chicago. Come on now.
Well, there you go. Okay.
You know, it all circles back. You know, we play. You know, let's be honest. When we play Northwestern and Wrigley, a lot of red. Come on now, that's what we do. But yeah.
Okay. Your group chats must be off the chain.
Oh yeah.
Man. It gets funny. It gets
around, especially around Thanksgiving, that game, yeah. They be talking crazy, but you know, they've been, you know, they have some help.
Hey, he been real quiet these last couple of years.
No, I haven't.
Except for that.
He been quiet with Sean. We catch all the hair.
I've been working. No,
he got to do something.
The game kickoff at 11. That's the prime hours in a barbershop. I'm not texting this group chat and cutting him. No.
Oh, but
I text him when I'm done.
He was so texting before.
No, I was not. No, I wasn't.
Coach. He don't talk to y'all because we catch all the hell. On Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays after that game.
Oh my
after
God.
that game.
Hey. But
I thought somebody else took over his body. That boy was hot.
But they won a national championship this year, so you know, there you go.
Yeah, so he's back all right.
We shared it with him.
Y'all didn't share nothing. Don't start.
Shared it with him, man. Yeah.
Off the cap.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah,
I would just love to be a fly on the wall just in your chat group. I'd be like, damn.
That'd be crazy.
It's funny. It does get funny. It's real funny.
And then see the one you talked to, Jerron, the cop. He just neutral. He don't pick his eye. He just neutral.
Nah, he be egging it on.
He do.
He be egging
but
it
he's
on.
also very neutral. He be like, oh
both
man,
sides.
they don't look good. Or they don't look good today. It's like, bruh, just please.
You know, it sometimes it gets real fun. It gets funny, especially like after like some of my games. I go back into the locker room and I'll look at the group chat, be like, man, Villain was struggling in the first quarter. Like, thanks. I appreciate that.
See, my number one, I don't like group chats, but my family, we don't do group chats during sports or during football anymore. Because I always shut them down. They'll come up with all these opinions. I was like, so how many of y'all coached in the NFL? And it's done. It's done. It is done. It's done.
That's not like something we were before.
Exactly. It's like, it's done.
But
you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
It'd be funny, man.
You know what? And I agree with you. People who have intelligent opinions, I'm fine with.
Right. I mean, yeah, especially within our group chat, it's kind of like one of those deals where everybody's has some level of expertise, right?
Yeah.
So all opinions are valued and they're saying. There are some times we'd be like, "Nah, you stupid."
Hey, don't tell nobody else that. Don't tell nobody else.
But
it's hilarious. It's hilarious,
dude. My family, I shut them down, like, because a lot of them come up with these stupid things. I was like, do y'all even watch football? Do you even read about, like, come on, like, nah, I'm good. So yeah,
you ain't lying, boy.
Coach, what's the off season like for you right now?
Oh man, this is the last day of spring break right now, man. So tomorrow we go in.
Mm-hmm.
Got some meetings going on, some meetings lined up, and Tuesday is first day of spring ball practice.
How you feeling about your group? About the White House?
I got a group. One thing I was able to do, obviously got here a little bit prior to spring ball. I was able to come in and see the guys work out a little bit, see them run around a little bit, man. And man, I got some dudes that can flat out go. All right.
Good.
This is going to be up to me to make sure I fine tune it and not mess it up.
When is y'all first home game? I remember you saying the first two is on the road.
Week 3, I believe. Week 3. So I got to double check that schedule right there. But I know our first 2 games, we got Appalachia State right out the gate. We got, then also we got, I believe it's Charleston Southern. So it's 2 back-to-back trips out there. And week 3, I believe we're at home.
What conference are you in?
Ohio Valley.
Okay.
Ohio Valley.
So give me some of the teams that y'all faced this year besides Appalachian.
We're Southeast Missouri, Western Illinois. I do believe I think Tennessee Martin is on the schedule.
Okay.
I'm starting I got to get used to it, right? Just go ahead and transition and stuff like that. But Ohio Valley is pretty tough year in year out. So I'm excited about that part.
Mm-hmm.
Good, yeah. You guys are gonna face some good competition, so that'll be fun.
Oh yeah. I'm like I said, I'm looking forward to it. Especially with I do believe this is the first year we're able to get into the playoffs at Lindenwood, right? With the transition and everything happening, so I'm excited about that. The possibility of that,
right?
And just going out there and trying to get to it.
So for the people that are listening, tell them how the transition is from being a defensive coach to an offensive coach, because I've seen it and I think it's an advantage. So, but people who've never coached, some people just don't understand.
Yeah,
tell them about that.
And then you're going up in the college ranks as well.
Yeah. I mean, I spent 15 years coaching DBs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so for me to go over and coach the receivers, a lot of people ask me the question, like, how is it going to be for you? I'm like, it's just coaching DBs in reverse. Like I've done so much of teaching them how to do things. Now it's my chance to go teach the receivers, hey, this is what they're going to do, right? And try to combat it that way. Now, terminology wise, when you're a defensive coach, you're like, okay, that's this formation, right? When we got, as an offensive guy, we got 3 different calls for the same formation, just wanting, personnel wise and stuff like that. So, I think for me right now, it's been okay, right?
Yeah.
It's been a little challenging, right? Just got to learn how to draw things the other way now, right? I think that's probably been the most challenging thing for me is flipping my brain, right, and just getting that situated. But all in all, I mean, going up in a different division, and the caliber of athlete, and just the challenge in itself, I'm looking forward to it 100%.
Good. I can tell you one of the best defensive back coaches that we ever had when I was with the Niners was Jerry Rice. Because what Jerry would do was when he would beat somebody in practice, he would go back to the DBs and tell them, "This is how I beat you. This is what you should look for."
Yep.
And the DBs, I never thought about it that way. Like, yeah.
So like we were doing a walkthrough, and just kind of the little bitty nuances that I would, tell them. And I'm not gonna give it away right now because just in case somebody's like watching, but just I would tell them like, hey, you got to understand that this is his leverage, and you have to attack it this way, right? And when you see this, you then have to do that, right? It's just one of those things where you get tapped into a different perspective of it now, and you want them to be able to see what you see and how you see it.
Right. Yeah. One of my closest friends is the linebackers coach for the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
He started with us as a running backs coach.
Wow.
And he's I can honestly say this, he's probably one of the smartest people that I know, because he majored in chemistry, so did his wife. I mean, so and I think I told Swab this. So he started out just as basically an offensive assistant. He was making a lot of money. I was a second assistant, and I was doing okay. So we would have rookies come in or free agents come in, and they're like, "Who do you think is the smartest coach on our staff?" And I said, "It's Jason Tarver." They're like, "Nah." I said, "Jason Tarver can tell you the periodic table from A to Z without missing a beat." And they're like, No. So I would bet them. I said, "I'll bet you $50." And they're like, "Okay." So we go to Jason's office, and Jason would rattle it off, and the player would have the chart in their hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he rattled off everything, and they're like, "Damn!" So they'd give me $50, and they'd leave. I said, "Jason, here's the half." So we would do that all the time.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Exactly. But he switched over from running backs to defense. You know, he was the defensive coordinator for the Raiders, and he was at Stanford defense coordinator. But he is so smart. But he understood that. Look, what I learned as a running backs coach, I can take over to the defense.
Yep.
So that's a great advantage for you.
Yeah, I mean, one of guy who mentored me, who was the head coach at Prairie View, now he called me after I got the job. He's like, "Oh, you're gonna take all of our secrets over now, huh?" I'm just like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna win ball games."
Right. Okay. So when you went through the interview process at Lindenwood,
mm-hmm.
Did they even talk to you about being a DB's coach, or they just said, "Look, we have an opening. We'd like to see you at the wide receivers coach"? Tell us about the interview process.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way: the staff that we have is really, really good, and our corners coach, Coach Baldwin, safeties coach is also our defensive coordinator, Coach Anama. Like, they're really, really good at what they do, right? So I'm very fortunate to be able to join the staff. Number one. Number two, the head coach, Coach Stugart, Jed Stugart, he gave me my first job. I've worked for him, a couple different times, right?
Okay.
And he had an opening, and he called me and said, "Hey, I need you to think outside the box real fast." And I was definitely thinking outside the box. Like, I'm grateful for it though. Like, it's a good move for me and my family, and we're all good.
Well, but that tells you right there that he saw something in you to say that you can make the jump. Right. You can do this. So let's figure this out. So yeah. Just promise us this. Don't buy any property in the Ozarks. Don't become one of them down there. Okay.
Hey, my wife loves that show.
Dude, that show is so good. How that is so good.
She loves that show, and if she could, she would.
Okay, we don't want to be reading about your family down there in the Ozarks taking over for Jason Bateman. Okay.
My name is not Marty Bird.
There you go.
I'm good. I'm not worried about that. Although, man, that's a top 5 show of all time.
By far. To me, it's up there with The Wire and Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. So
far though, the Missouri has been, pretty well to us. We did have some pretty good weather the other day, and then all of a sudden it started thundering and lightning and hailing the other day, and luckily everything is all good in that aspect. But
I was talking to my family the other day, and it was like 74 back in Minnesota. And for once they were hotter than we were. Well, guess what? Guess what? They got hit with some snow now.
I mean, I'll tell you what. Like I said, it snowed here, and it didn't stick. Like, it was gone. And you know what? I'm good. I don't miss that. I don't want that. I'm good.
Wait, you don't miss the Minnesota winters?
No.
That's why I don't live back home, because of that stuff. Like, I'm good.
Hey, I'm sure my kids love it too. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'll definitely pay the sunshine tax out here, so I'm good. I'm good. So
right.
So let me ask you this, because when I watch games, I watch it differently. Do you break down games? And I'm talking about, whether it's college, pros. Do you break down like in your head as well?
Yeah, it's so hard for me to watch it as a fan.
It's hard.
It's very hard for me to watch it as a fan. I have to literally force myself and turn my brain off, and just sit there almost just like zombified just to watch it like that. Otherwise, I'd be, man, no, you ain't cover 2.
Right.
Well, all right. There's that concept, right? It's like a natural thing for me. It's part of the reason why I like watching WWE. So that's my alternative to get my brain away. Normal people, to escape from life, they watch football. I watch WWE.
Dude, for me to escape, I have to watch nothing in sports.
Yeah.
Because I look at things differently. I look at the marketing. I look at signage. You know, when I'm watching the NFL, I look at the plays and the breakdowns. It's like,
yeah,
I can't turn. It's hard. I can't turn my brain off.
Can't turn it off. It's very, very hard. It's challenging.
It really
train
is.
yourself to do it.
But also too, you probably see things and you pick it up like, ooh, I like that. So now it's a sponge. It's like it's stuck in there.
Yeah. Like it's funny because when the national championship plays, like I watch it in that like Coach's View simulcast type deal where they got their overhead. Right. I watch it in that view just because I like seeing it from like I'm watching film.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I know I told Suave this story, but a couple of years ago I was down at Reggie Jackson's golf tournament. And it was during the the AFC Championship game. I got to sit in the room and listen to Marshall Faulk and Marcus Allen and Richard Dent break down the game that was going on TV. And Jerome Bettis. It was just like, I was just like, this is masterful.
Just sit back and listen to them, right?
Yeah.
Like sit back and listen to them. Listen to people who are Hall of Famers who have done this thing better than anybody else can, and just watch how they dissect this game.
Oh my God. It was unbelievable, and it was so good and it was so quiet that even so, Urban Meyer was in the same room that we were in. He didn't say a word. He just sat back and listened to everything that they said.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you? Like even I always say this too. If the minute you stop learning, you stop growing, you're done. Yeah. Right. So even those that do know everything, quote unquote, and are geniuses and gurus, they still sometimes just have to shut up and listen.
Oh yeah.
And to see it from a different perspective, to see it from, the people who are fighting in the trenches or even behind, on the clipboard. Just a different perspective and a different mindset will broaden yours out completely.
Oh, 100%. And we all have learned this in coaching, is that the day that you stop learning is the day that you become complacent and you're not a good coach. You know. And you look at some of these coaches nowadays, and the ones that I know in the pros, they still go to college campuses and watch what colleges do. They talk to other coaches, they will reach out to other coaches in other sports just to get their knowledge. And this is one thing that Coach Walsh taught me, and he gave me the freedom to do this. Is during the offseason, he goes, if you want to go to other teams, outside of the NFL and talk to their strength coaches, he goes, we'll pay for it. So I went to Pitt, sat down with their coach. I went to the Columbus Blue Jackets because at the time my grandmother was living in Columbus. So I went and talked to them. I knew people in the Mets organization. I went to the Cubs. I went all over the place. Strength coaches. And I just told them, I said, anytime you guys want to come and look at what we do, feel free. So the Cubs, their strength coach came. The Mets, their strength coach came and watched us, during OTAs and stuff like that, because that's the way you learn, So, yeah. And plus it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was like so much fun.
Of course. Professional development is always fun.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to leave home a little bit and venture out all that. That's why I like venture so much.
Yeah. Plus I have a PhD in networking, so I'm going to utilize that damn thing. So
there you go. There you go. And that's what this is about too. Is networking, right? Especially like when we talked about, the interviewing process for me here, and me having the relationship with Coach Stuka, Coach Favorka, who is our offensive coordinator, who, we went to both University of Sioux Falls. He was a year ahead of me, right? But I've known him for a while. He actually played arena ball with our oldest brother, right? So and then Coach Inama, our defensive coordinator, he was a graduate assistant when I was a player.
There you go.
So the network and stuff, it never stops. It just grows, and then all of a sudden, I'm into the fold, and I'm bringing the guys who play for me, right?
Right.
And the guys, it's an unbelievable tool when it comes to coaching and the dynamics that happens in this business.
Yeah, well, and we all know that the sports world is small. It really
Yeah.
is. It's smaller than what people actually think, and sometimes people are surprised, like, of the people that I've met and who I know to this day outside of the NFL. It's like,
Yeah.
if you're in professional sports or even college sports, people want to know what you do. They other athletes talk to other athletes, like, okay, so how did you do this? How did and that, like you said, that's part of the growth process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So let me ask you this: Will you guys have a pro day at your school, or do your players that are draft eligible, do they go to other schools and do their draft or do their pro
Now,
days?
thing is, how I just got here, I'm
Mhm.
not sure how everything's operated. But I will say, like back when I was with the Mavericks,
Mhm.
MSU, like we would have maybe 2 to 3 a year who would have an opportunity, right? And I
Mhm.
know a couple of those guys now will go over to the Gophers, right?
Yeah.
They'll do a pro day over there, or it used to be an NSIC, which is the conference. They used to have a pro day as well. They stopped doing that for whatever reason, but there are opportunities, and for us, we got the facilities to be able to hold one. And I believe we needed to.
Right.
Um, but yeah, we've got some guys too.
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
out of, oh yeah.
Yeah. Because when I was at San Jose State, some of the smaller schools around the Bay Area, we would let their kids come down and do their pro days here. So
Yeah.
it was a lot easier. So yeah.
It is a lot easier, and it's convenient for those small schools to be able
Yeah.
to get that type of exposure, right?
Right.
To
Right.
be able to, it's a luxury too, because not everybody can get into a pro day,
Right.
right?
Well,
Yeah,
and plus it expands their network, right? So
right,
yeah.
right.
So wow, that's good. That's good.
But yeah, I was actually the pro liaison back at MSU, so I dealt with a ton of scouts that come through. Um, haven't been able to quite get to that role here yet, but hoping to.
So okay, so let me ask you this: if a pro team came knocking on your door and said that we want you to be a scout, would you consider it?
You know what though? Here's my thought process behind that, because I see how hard those
Oh,
scouts work, right? And they're on the road.
yeah.
Like a lot of people think we're on the road a lot with recruiting. They're on the road for 200+ days in a year. Like they
Yeah.
live, right? And my hat's off to them, because they work super, super hard, and they come up with all this data and analytics and all the stuff like that. Like me personally, I don't think I'm built for that. I'm
Yeah.
built to be on the field and coach my guys, and go out recruit when I need to, right?
Right. Yeah. No, it definitely takes a different breed to be a scout, and
Oh yeah, oh
and
yeah,
you have to have an understanding family to be a scout, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't know if you caught this the last time, man, but we got a lot of girls in this house,
Yeah.
and I love my wife.
Uh-huh.
And I want to make sure that she's okay.
And
So I don't
that, and
do
that she's happy,
that.
right?
Right. And I don't think I'll be able to do that 200+ days on that road.
Okay, so to that point, let me
Real
ask you
quick,
this.
Steve,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's funny he say that because when he would come home to recruit, it would always be like he would call me because the first thing he would do, he would come home,
Mhm.
get a nice line and haircut,
Of
and
course.
then go do his scouting. I'm like, he's smart, but he would always come in like Friday night and leave like early Sunday morning. And I'm like, man, I gotta, tip my hat off to you, boy, because I'm sure it ain't. I mean, just doing that, I don't know how often a week he was doing that, but you know, just going from that to being a scout,
Yeah.
like you're gonna be on the road a lot.
Yeah.
And like that's the thing. There are some times where I would come in, because I'm still recruiting Illinois here too.
Right.
There would be some times where I would come in and I wouldn't see anybody. Nobody would even know I was there. I would go in, see who I need to see, and then drive back 7 hours, 6.5 hours to Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's just part of it because I had, either a meeting or something. But that's just part of the business, part of the way it goes. Like you got to go in, handle your business, and take, and then dip up out of there.
Yeah. Wait a minute. So you couldn't get it into your contract to fly your brother in every 2 weeks to get a lineup to get a haircut?
No. Here's my thing too. That's part of my quality time with my brother, man. Right? It's part of my quality time. So when I do come home, man, I want to sit in the chair, wrap it up with him a little bit, chop it up, man, and just go ahead. But I don't know if you noticed this or not. I figured out how to cut my own hair.
Oh,
so yeah.
The oldest one used to do it when he had time.
And keep it in the family, baby. But yeah, I figured out my wife bought me some clippers and I got to work.
There you go.
Whatever works.
Okay, so let's talk about your family real quick. So when you got into coaching, did your wife understand the life of a coach and life of a sports family?
Well, her father was a high school football coach out in California.
Okay.
Right? And so, she's from the San Diego area and all that stuff, Temecula, right? And so she understands what it means, right? I don't think she quite really understood what it means to be a college football wife, right? And then, obviously she's taking it on like a rock star, like a rock star. Now, there are some challenges when it comes to time, right?
Yes.
Because as a college football coach, man, we are spread thin. We got kids, we got family, we got the kids at the school, right?
Yep.
We gotta be mentors and guidance and all that stuff like that for them too, as well as do your job, right? So it's spread thin, but man, she's awesome. She takes care of the house. She does everything with the kids. She gets them ready for school, all this and all that, man. So I think she's maintained pretty good.
So when this position came opened up, and I'm sure you guys had a family discussion, and then I'm sure that you put out the pros and the cons, was she like, let's do this?
Yeah. She was the one that actually, because obviously I was told to think outside the box, right? Been a DB coach for 15 years, and she was the one that actually kind of pushed me a little bit to really get out of my comfort zone and really see, what this could be. And so she's been kind of the driving force behind a lot of stuff, and yeah, she was ready to go. She found the house, she found the job, she boom, like everything was clockwork. Like, man, you ready to go more than me?
She's the one who came in with the marching order. She's like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, we got this. All right.
Hey man, I tell everybody, I just coach football. She run the show.
Yeah, and that's the thing. People don't understand how hard it is on families when you're a coach or whatever you do, because again, you don't know sometimes from one year to the next if you're gonna get fired or not. What happens. You got to change cities. Kids got to find different schools. The whole deal. So yeah.
Luckily, I've been in some pretty fortunate situations, and worked for some pretty good guys who, pretty secure where they're at, and I like to think that I do a pretty good job so I can maintain my security and don't have to worry about that.
Yeah. So, Suave, you should have got into coaching.
No, I stick to the journalistic side of it.
You know what?
I stick to the journalistic side of things.
He's awesome at it, man. He's real good. I'm proud of him. Proud of big brother over here, man.
I appreciate it.
And, you know, I guess he did follow in those footsteps because I, too, was a journalism major. And so was our older brother. So
and AT, and he also led the country in punt return yards when he was in college.
Yeah, that's way back then.
That boy was talented.
Wait, so did you go to South Dakota State?
No, I went to University of Sioux Falls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When I went there, I played for Coach DeBoer, Kalen DeBoer, who's now the head coach of Alabama. Yeah. Okay. He was my head coach. Coach Morrell, who was the linebackers coach, he was my coordinator. Like that staff, Coach Grubb, he was, you know, the offensive line coach there. That staff, who I played for, unreal, unbelievable. Yeah. We were so fortunate. Won a couple of national championships, you know, but yeah, that being the leading punt returner in the nation thing.
Dude, that's an accomplishment within itself. So just
appreciate it.
So do you ever reach out to Coach DeBoer, just kind of pick his brain, or anybody that you played under?
You know what? To pick his brain, no, but to see how he's doing and just chat with him, yeah. I do that stuff all the time. There are certain people who I do reach out to, and hey, what do you think about this? And you know, what do you think about that? And sometimes I'll do it, but for the most part, no, man. Those guys, I know that they're busy with their time, and they'll share with me if they have time and when they have time. But for the most part, it's just, hey, man, how you doing? You all good? You know, this season for Coach DeBoer was a tough one, right? To follow in the footsteps of Coach Saban. And so, you know, I text him quite frequently just to make sure he was all good and still let him know that, hey, man, winners win, because that's what winners do, you know.
Right.
So he's gonna be fine.
Yeah, I've got some people up in the Seattle area at University of Washington in different sports, and they said that they didn't want to see him go.
No,
they
man,
love him up there.
He's awesome. He is phenomenal, right? Yeah. He's a really good person too. Right? He's not just a football coach. He's a really good person.
Well, you know, and have you ever been to the UW campus at all?
I haven't.
Dude, it's a beautiful campus. So my ex-girlfriend is the head softball coach up there, and we're still really close. There's a separation between football and the other sports because they have their own. They basically football have their own facilities. But when DeBoer got there, he brought all that back together.
Yep.
And that's what they loved about him. Like, you know.
Yeah, he's not an ego guy.
Yeah.
He's not a you know, I'm too big for my britches guy. Like he is a really down to earth person. Like he's a human being, right?
Yeah.
And I have the utmost respect about him and for him, and like I'll never say a bad word about Kalen DeBoer.
You know, and that's the thing that people don't understand is that when you're part of a coaching staff, of course you're going to have some people that you don't get along with. It's just, you know, it's just human nature. But then you have others that you're close to that even if you go your separate ways, there's times where, you know, you still stay in contact. They reach out to you, no matter what, you know, and it's just like, oh, okay. You know, it's great.
Yeah. I mean, two guys who I GA with. One is the special teams coordinator at South Dakota State right now, Isaiah Jackson, and the other one's the running backs coach over at Memphis, Lee Marks. Like Lee was actually on the staff with Kalen at Washington, right? And he going over to Memphis after everybody kind of dispersed. But I keep in contact with those guys pretty frequently, right?
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to my boy Coach Marks, man, we'll get on the phone and talk shop. Like, hey, what are you doing with this? What are you doing with that? Right? He's a running backs coach, and at the time, I was a DB guy, so I'm seeing it from his perspective. He's seeing it from my perspective, right? We talked the other day. He's like, man, all right, now that you're on the good side, we can start really talking about, right? And I was like, here you go. But it's a testament to, you know, the longevity of being colleagues in this business,
right?
And like we talked about at the beginning, networking.
Yeah,
networking.
Well, yeah, and you know, during the season, sometimes you spend more time with those, you know, with your colleagues than you do with your family. You know,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And regardless if you get along with them or not, you still got to make sure you're doing a good job. You still got to make sure you're on top of your stuff so that everybody gets the goal, which is to win.
Yeah. And I, and I can say this. I was fortunate, when I was with the Niners in Tampa Bay, that both the head coaches, they recruited some of the top coaches that they knew was going to fit into the culture that they've built. I mean, again, there's one or two that kind of slip through the cracks, but other than that, we have some really good coaching staffs, and there's people that I still stay in touch with that, that I'm just like, we're part of the family. So yeah,
absolutely, 100%. No matter where I've been, whether it be Bethany College out in Kansas, Missouri Valley, it's a bunch of other spots that I've been to. I still stay in contact with a lot of those guys, right?
Yeah.
A lot of guys, and we just talk.
Oh yeah. Or even if you don't stay in contact with them, on a regular basis, when you bump into them, it's like nothing left. Yeah. And that's and I can say this. That's one thing that I miss about going to the combine, is because I would see everybody and we would just sit there and just talk and just and just chop it up and bring back some good times, the bad times, and then then we talk shop after that. But so
that's what it's about.
Yeah, like, it's family, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, I'm at a point, and it's funny because I was with the head equipment guy from the Niners yesterday, and we were talking about this. I said we've been around this so long that now we're starting to see the players that we coach, their kids are playing now, and I'm just like, damn.
Yep.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's really crazy,
Yeah, I can about imagine what you go through, because for me, the first time I really realized that the guys who I had coached were starting to get into the business, and I'm looking, I'm like, wow. Like I remember teaching you how to backpedal.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like I got a guy who's the running backs coach at, speaking of this, he was running backs coach at Indiana State right now. And I coached him in high school. Like I spent that 9 months at Thornton. I'm watching this kid, and he's been to about 4 or 5 different schools right here, perfecting his craft, and I'm just looking at him. I'm proud of him, right? Yeah. But I remember taking him to the Semper Fidelis All-American Combine stuff when it was in Arizona. Like I remember doing that, getting on a plane with him when he was becoming a high school All-American. But now to see him do this and do that, I'm just like, wow.
Yeah. Wow. I was at Stanford.
Who was that?
Jalen Banks. Yeah. Yep, Jalen Banks.
Yeah, Hazel Crest.
I was up at Stanford a few months ago, and in the training room talking to my guys, and this kid comes walking through. He's like 6'3", 6'4", and he's got a Michigan lacrosse shirt on. He's at Stanford because his girlfriend goes to Stanford. Yeah. And on the back it said Meyer, and I was like, so I walked up to him. I said, "Which Meyer are you?" He goes, "I'm Charlie," and I introduced myself, and I said, "I coached your dad at the Niners."
Wow.
And he goes, and I said, "You probably don't remember this, but I said, but you and your brother Ollie would come in on Tuesdays on our days off, run around the field, and I said I would play wiffle ball with you guys in the weight room." And he goes, "That was you?" I'm like, "Yeah, that was me."
That's crazy.
Wow.
And I'm just like, wait a minute, and now you're an All-American in lacrosse, and you're looking down at me? This is not right. I'm not feeling this right now.
That's what's up.
Yeah. But again, it ties back to everything that you put into, and you see stuff like that. It just makes you feel good, that you've done something right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what you are going to get out of this, what you put into it.
Right. Oh, 100%. And like you and I've talked about before, we're not coaches. We're actually teachers. We're educators. And it goes beyond than just the stuff that's on the field.
Bigger than football. I always say it. Bigger than ball, bigger than tennis or basketball, whatever you want, whatever you're coaching, it's bigger than.
Right. Exactly. So okay, so let me ask you this: what what was the moment where you got the coaching bug? Where was it just like, okay,
right.
I think I want to coach?
So, and I actually started coaching the day after I got done playing.
Really?
Yeah. But I got the bug. Actually, I was still playing. And I believe I was still playing in high school, and I would, our father, he was a little league coach, so I would go kind of help out a little bit too. When I was in high school, I would, go to the practices and whatnot and start helping the little league and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, I like this part of it. And I had always told my high school coach, hey, when I'm done playing, I'm gonna come back, right, and come coach. Well, I did. I just didn't stay. Right. But when I honestly, when I started coaching, I started coaching because I wanted to still be in football.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to stay around the game, and I wasn't done with it. Right. I had the opportunity where I could have went and done radio, right, out there in good old Sioux Falls, South Dakota, or I can get into coaching. I chose to get into coaching. And it wasn't until I believe it might have been year three or four of me coaching that my perception on why I coach changed. Right. Because then I believe that's around the time where you start truly developing the relationship aspect of this business. Right. And it became more than just, hey, I want to still be around football. I mean, I want to be around that guy because he needs it. Right. So it's grown for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we sign off, give me one story where you had a kid that was not, let's say, wasn't really skillful, but moved his way up, and you saw something in him. You're just like, we're not giving up on this.
All right.
You got
well,
this kid.
Okay, when I was at Bethany College, right? It was a young freshman. His name was Rhett Miser, and Rhett wasn't the fastest, but he was really smart. But and skill wise, he was pretty decent. But I had coached better. But from the moment I laid eyes on Rhett, I knew Rhett was gonna be special. By the time, I coached him his first 3 years. He ended up being a 4-year starter. I coached him his first 3 years, and I ended up taking the job to go to Minnesota State. But that kid became the all-time leading tackler in Bethany College.
Wow.
That kid was a 3-time all-conference guy. That kid is now the defensive coordinator at Iowa.
At where?
The Division II in
I thought you said Iowa. I was about to say, damn.
No. Upper Iowa, right?
Damn, that's a big jump.
He's the for him to go from being a kid from Western Kansas, right, to being a 4-year starter, to getting into coaching, to being where he's at right now. That's a kid who I refuse to give up on. When probably I don't know. Who knows? He got the heart of a lion. I know that. Who knows where he would have been, but I'm glad I ended up coaching him and helping him get to where he's at.
See, those are the stories that people miss, that people don't know about, or they just pass over. You're just like, you see something in a kid that you're like, I'm not giving up on this kid. So
right, yeah, 100%.
And that's part of being an educator, right?
Gotta love it. Love it.
Yeah. And I'm sure to this day that kids that you've coached probably just call you out of the blue or send you a message. Hey, coach, how you doing? Or I'm doing this.
I get a couple text messages a day.
See,
chop it up a little bit.
There you go.
I love it. I welcome it anytime.
Oh. Well, especially even if they don't stay in football, if they do something else in life, they, again, I mean, from even when I was in, college, even junior college, helping kids out. When I get messages like that, it makes my day. Or when I get messages like, "Hey, coach, I'm getting married. Come to my wedding." That means we've made an influence in their life, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So
that's
cool.
Well,
This has been awesome. Yeah.
This has been another great show from your boy Suave, T. Jones, and Coach Jack. We'll see y'all next week.
All right, y'all. Y'all be good.
All right, T.